Well, it's been a harrowing 36 hours with Nintendo's mysterious baby, but there's been some updates. There's some things that happened directly to us.
Oh my gosh.
We have to talk about it. We have to talk about it.
Yeah, I think this strange week-long saga has finally reached its conclusion.
Thank goodness.
And I've been seeing a sense of maybe dissatisfaction with how it all paid off. And I think it's worth asking the question of, like, what was the point
of all of this?
Of all of this? All of this daily checking in on this baby that's got a Pikmin. One time it doesn't, one time it does. Like, what was Nintendo trying to achieve with all of this? So we're gonna try and figure that out in this video.
Unravel the mystery.
Yeah.
Yes, because it's still a bit confusing. So let's talk about everything that sort of happened throughout this week, because it's been a bit of a, yeah, to your point, like a bit of a saga. So it started out with a very mysterious teaser video with these invisible entities moving stuff around next to a baby. And then that was posted on all of Nintendo's
very broadly
social media channels. Yep, very broadly. Obviously, it was done in a very teasery form because we had mentioned before that besides the title, Close to You, there was like no descriptions, there was no links to something, there was no sort of indication of what this could be teasing. Then, 24 hours later, only on Nintendo Today.
Curiously, only there.
Only there we got the reveal video where the invisible entities were replaced by Pikmin. And that video basically was the exact same video except the Pikmin were there in one and not in the other.
I'm going to give you a moment to admit defeat, that this was not Rosalina, that this was Pikmin.
It's true.
And that you tricked me from my original position of thinking it was Pikmin. You were like, no, this is Rosalina. You better believe me. This is Rosalina. I was like, oh, maybe it is Rosalina.
Oh, boy.
You tricked me.
It's my fault.
Just like Nintendo tricked all of us.
Well, the reason why, here come the copium. The reason why, and I actually shared this before, is that I didn't want it to be Pikmin.
Oh.
As you know, I'm not like the world's biggest like Pikmin fan. I don't really like the games that much. I've tried all of the games, including Pikmin 4, it just doesn't click with me. So, like, I was, like, willing it not to be Pikmin.
Oh, Pikmin 4 is pretty good.
I played it. I thought it was only
pretty good.
I thought it was only all right. I didn't really click with it. But anyways, that's beyond the point.
Okay.
So, anyhow,
So today, they issued this statement only through NCL's Japanese Twitter account, but there was a version of this that was in English that NOA also retweeted. Let's read the statement. We hope you enjoyed the 2 Close to You videos released on October 7th and 8th. The second video is available on Nintendo Today, a free app available on your smart device. These are the first short films created by Nintendo Pictures. Nintendo Pictures will continue to explore new creative possibilities through video content.
Okay.
Just like us. That's basically what we're doing here.
We are doing that right now.
I'm exploring the possibilities of a video.
Through video content, yes.
However, our ability to creatively explore possibilities in video content was halted when Nintendo blocked our video.
That's true.
Yesterday, I made a very short vertical video just talking about the latest updates. I used a single screenshot.
The screenshot, it wasn't even like the full screen. It was teeny.
Postage stamp size.
And you basically couldn't even see the little microscopic Pikmin in the shot.
People were praising me for my psychotic face in the thumbnail. I was very proud of that. And that got blocked. Pretty much a lot of people who were doing similar videos, their stuff ended up getting blocked. And that's something that Nintendo can do in conjunction with YouTube. Say, hey, this is RIP. We don't want this out here. You know, take it down. So basically that video is no longer visible for people to see. It's like, well, you went to the trouble to make all this video. We hope you enjoy it, but don't talk about it. Don't share it. Don't keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, I guess, or talk about it without using any sort of visuals from the
Close
Nintendo
your eyes
Today
and let me paint you a picture.
Yeah, let me just like play by play describe to you how the Pikmin were moving around the pacifier, because that's what's so interesting about this.
So that the act of them blocking that is interesting because I don't know how many people know this. We know this because we worked on these.
Yes.
Nintendo does have. They're called Nintendo Game Content Guidelines for Online Video and Image Sharing Platforms. So you may remember like 10 years ago, 12 years ago, Nintendo was in a really bad place with YouTube where it was like, don't use anything. And they were going after people. And it was impossible for us to get any positive relationships going with content creators because it was basically, we don't want you to exist, we don't want you to cover this
we're going to
stuff.
take down your stuff.
They eventually softened on all of that, and now they do have these guidelines that are very, it's very welcoming. It's like basically like as long as you're adding something to give your own spin to the stuff, it's fine. You can even monetize that. They do have a lot of like disclaimers, though. It's like, oh, we reserve the right to take stuff down, though.
Of course.
So this is obviously a twist in the opposite direction of what these guidelines generally indicate. These also say that they're for game content. This isn't necessarily game content, so it becomes a matter of semantics.
Right.
Maybe it's time to update this. It says it was updated September 2nd, 2024. It might be time for a refresh, annual refresh, please.
Yeah. I mean, by all intents and purposes, we were very clearly following their own guidelines and not breaking any of their guidelines. Obviously, they have the right to do what they want, but and it wasn't just our video that was blocked. A lot of people's videos.
A lot of people have that same thing.
That got blocked as well.
Right.
So this is back to like the olden time Nintendo, where they were very sort of, they were on the wrong side of this, I think.
Right.
In terms of how people are creatively talking about the content they want people to talk about.
Right. So you mentioned it, but again, the interesting thing that we want to reinforce is that second video that did feature Pikmin is only available on Nintendo today. So there may have been people who encountered the first video on YouTube, on Twitter, on other places that it may have been posted. There was no call to action in that of like, oh, check out, come back for a surprise on Nintendo Today.
Go to Nintendo Today to check out
there was
reveal.
Nothing. And that whole payoff of like, oh, this was from Nintendo Pictures. Like, I think there's a lot of people out there. Look, the video now on YouTube has over 600,000 views. That's a lot of people. How many of those people actually know the conclusion of what this was? It's not 627,000.
It's not.
I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, and so it definitely isn't. So there's this bit of a disconnect between the teaser and the reveal, and ultimately I think it kind of hurts what they were trying to do in the first place, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Now on Nintendo Today, as of today, on Nintendo Today, there are both versions as one long video, and it has like the invisible version, and then they have a little line in between that says something invisible might be behind the mystery. Let's take another look, and then they show the version with the Pikmin. I do wonder at some point if that updated version where it shows both sides of it, or even just the updated version of the video with the Pikmin, is that ever going to make it onto these other platforms? Who knows? But for now, all of that only exists on Nintendo Today, and how many people missed it? Or now maybe they've just checked out. They're like, who cares? I'm over it. I
mean, again, like we are in this sphere of like extremely dedicated fans, and within that, there's this other subset of like extremely dedicated Pikmin fans. But it's it's like a lot of people do not fall into either of those categories.
Right, they're just casually
they just come across
on
the thing
social
like,
media.
Interesting. And they never think about it again.
Exactly.
So it's like without some sort of direct like messaging of like, here's what this means, or here's how you can learn more. Like it's just kind of lost.
Yeah, you've lost them.
Amongst so much other disposable content that they encounter in the day.
Exactly.
Yes.
So what was the point of all of this? Because it's quite convoluted, as we've just gone through this very convoluted chain of events. Obviously.
Right. So all in terms of things, this was not. Again, this was not a teaser for the Mario movie. This was not a teaser for a Pikmin movie. This was not a teaser for a new Pikmin game. So all of the really big aspirations that people had for this did not
Those went out the window.
It was just a standalone short movie in the vein of the Pikmin short movies that we had all those years ago.
Right.
It does seem to be a play to get people to download and use Nintendo Today.
Yeah, seems like there's been a pretty steep drop-off, and Andre has the chart here. Andre has the numbers.
Right.
But basically, since they launched the app, they had a pretty, strong start. But now
by people like us?
By the dedicated fans like us. And once you've kind of run through those people, it does seem like it's completely crazy.
Right. I mean, look at, so this video is a bit old at this point. This goes through August. It says Nintendo Today has been downloaded 1.5 million times as of August. Over the past 30 days, it averaged 740 downloads per day. So,
Wow,
so
that's bad.
It just stopped.
Yeah, pretty much snail's pace.
Right. So
yeah.
Nintendo had this big aspiration of like, well, we don't need all these other social channels. We can do it ourselves. We can build it ourselves. We're that big. We're that powerful. And they did, to their credit. But they have not been able to give people a compelling reason to continually come back because, boom, one day
it's a Mario silhouette.
Or a picture of an HDMI cable, and maybe one day out of 3 months you might get something like this that is original and makes you think and ponder what is this that you might not be able to get anywhere else. But it's just not enough on balance.
It's not consistent. It's not balanced, and I mean it's also they haven't trained people correctly to know what to expect from Nintendo today. Is it news? Is it fun videos, like exclusive videos like what we just saw?
Yeah.
Is it like dry information like an HDMI cable? We don't know as users, and for that reason I think a lot of people have either stopped downloading it or just stopped looking at it altogether. I don't ever look at it.
No, and I think they do I think they do have big picture aspirations for this of like one day when we release a Nintendo Direct, it will be only on Nintendo Today. We're not going to have it on YouTube. We're not going to have it on all these places, and everybody's they're going to go there to watch it, and they're going to love it. I think that's like a big long-term goal for them, is to like have full ownership and control over all of these media entities, media content pieces that they have. But at this point, you have to wonder if they're ever going to get to that point.
Yeah, exactly. So the other thing is, they confirmed via the tweet from the Japanese Nintendo Twitter account that this is something by Nintendo Pictures. Nintendo announced this thing a while ago. We've yet to really see like exactly what Nintendo Pictures is doing and can do. And this was a great showcase for Nintendo Pictures. The animation was extremely high quality.
A lot of people, again,
even
you included, was like, oh, this is an Illumination.
Yeah, it looked beautiful.
Yes.
I mean, absolutely fantastic in terms of like the quality of the content and like the way that they can make stuff like this is really impressive. So it's like, what else are they cooking in there? Do they also have these like long-term aspirations of like one day we'll make our own movies? We don't need Obviously, Universal.
There's
we
a
don't
big
need
difference
whatever.
in terms of creating a 4-minute video versus an hour and a half
feature-length movie
or an episode of a TV show. Like we don't know how what is their capacity to make more, to make things that are bigger.
Yeah.
But as far as just like, quality wise, it's like, that looked great.
That looks amazing.
That was very well done.
On par with like a very, established studio like a Pixar, Illumination.
So round of applause to Nintendo
very
Pictures.
well done. Yes.
And again, I do continue to wonder, like, might we see some Nintendo Pictures stuff at the beginning of like the Mario
like the little Pixar
Galaxy
shorts
movie,
that they do.
Like Pixar
That would
does.
be cute. That's a good idea.
Right. I don't know how Illumination would feel about that, but we'll see.
Well, they could sweet talk them, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that might be a fun thing for them to
Sure.
do. They clearly are very capable, so.
Right. And
way
again,
to go for them.
again, in this new version that's on Nintendo today, in that interstitial, there's a very large, long pause over this Nintendo Pictures
logo.
logo.
Yes, we finally get the branding as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So the final question that we want to ask is, like, was this effective? Nintendo certainly had specific goals for this of wanting to, get people back into Nintendo today, obviously showcasing the capabilities of Nintendo Pictures, but was this effective? I think, in terms of like generating conversation, it did get people talking about a baby for about 3 days. We were all, waiting around for what this could be. There was a lot of conversation about it. They got a lot of, media coverage on the short or whatever. So if they were trying to do that, then I guess that's a check in the box.
I don't know. I mean, there has to be something substantial that you're teasing for it to pay off. Like again, last year they did the same thing with Emio.
Yeah.
And Emio ended up being a great game, but it does not seem like Emio like broke the ceiling of Famicom Detective Club game sales.
Yeah.
It seems to have been very much in line with that. So again, that was another thing where the initial tease had a huge spike, but it was a lot of people saying like, oh, it's the new Resident Evil game, it's coming to Switch, all these things that weren't actually true. So again,
Right.
people love that. People love a chance to let their imagination
speculate,
go
yeah.
wild. But if the thing that it actually is does not deliver on one of those swirling possibilities, it kind of doesn't really go anywhere.
It doesn't pay off.
Right.
That is the danger of a tease, and I think for this one, they actually could have had a good reveal, but they kind of bungled it because they only posted it to one place, and then a lot of people didn't
Right.
see the reveal.
Right.
So not only did you not maybe get the payoff that you were like really anticipating, or even if you were anticipating something Pikmin related and you were excited about something Pikmin related, maybe you didn't see the payoff because you weren't on Nintendo Today,
Right.
and it's not anywhere, and
Right.
it has been many days before they confirmed that it was the Nintendo Pictures thing and that you can see it only on Nintendo Today. If you were just like casually checking back to see if Nintendo posted a reveal on YouTube or whatever, and you didn't see it, you may have just moved on with your life.
Right.
So,
And I think the big loser out of all of this actually is ironically the
Pikmin.
the Pikmin
They
franchise.
sacrificed the Pikmin.
Where they had such a huge opportunity to use this as a tool to get Pikmin into the mainstream consciousness, but they just kind of left it hanging.
Yeah.
All those people, and we got some comments, on some of our videos like, oh, what kind of moron doesn't know that humans can't see Pikmin? It's like, most people out there don't even know what Pikmin is.
99% of people don't know what this is.
Most people out there don't even know what Pikmin is.
Yeah.
Period. So you really do have to do some work to educate them, to show them. But if you had this kind of all-in-one version, that could be kind of a cute, like, oh, okay, I'm starting to learn a little about these little weirdos and what they can do and how they interact with people.
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting. But now you just left all those people hanging.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are just like, well, I saw a baby, that had ESP, and that was interesting. They don't know what this is for.
You got to hold their hand.
And that could have been such a big opportunity
Yeah.
to insert Pikmin directly into that for all of those people that saw that first wave who probably never will.
It's really interesting because we always talk about Pikmin and how Pikmin get the chance that it does because Mr. Miyamoto is so, loves Pikmin so much. It's like his baby.
Yes.
Right? So it's ironic that they sacrificed Mr. Miyamoto's baby for this weird reveal or weird like marketing thing they were trying to do around getting people to visit this app.
Yeah.
Like, why was Pikmin on the chopping block for this one?
Yeah, I think where it was most effective was just as a proof of concept for what Nintendo Pictures can do. Again, very well done. Applause to them. On the Nintendo Today piece, I feel like it's less about this drawing people in, but it's like, okay, how do you follow that up over the next 2 weeks to make people get into that daily habit of coming back again and again? And
I'm not sure they can do it.
I don't know.
I think we're back to silhouettes and HDMI cables.
I don't think they have that figured out.
No.
So it could have been all for naught in that sense. I mean, time will tell. We'll see if there's anything different. I do look at it every day. I do have I have that widget right there staring me in the face first thing when I wake up.
I don't ever look at it.
Most days though, it's like, oh, we got a little.
Here's Kirby again.
A very small update on Kirby Air Riders, and like, oh, here's a photo from some event, and like, oh, did you know that Goomba's an enemy from Super Mario Brothers?
No, I didn't know that.
Here's a JPEG of a Goomba. It's like, that's kind of all you get. So.
Yeah. And again, with like content stuff, you really have to train your audience. Like, we know this because we make content as a living, and like the work that you have to do to make sure your audience understands why they should come back to you every day is actually really hard to do. It takes years and planning and like making a video every single day until they like learn, okay, this is why I watch this channel. This is why I go to these people. This is why I go to this app. They haven't done any of that work. Posting random silhouettes and HDMI cables and updates on Kirby, like that does not train your audience into understanding what is the purpose of this app.
Right.
And hey, if the long-term plan for this app is like, this is now the new showcase for the wonderful things that talented Nintendo Pictures can do, and you can only see it on Nintendo Today, great. But they better be consistent with that. Nintendo Pictures better be making some shorts like every 2 weeks. And I don't think they're going to do that.
I think that's more than they can do.
I don't think they can do that. That's the point. So it's like, you haven't done it. You haven't done that training. And you've sacrificed this franchise that could have used this boost.
Yeah. This was an opportunity for Pikmin.
To do something that probably isn't going to work. So again, what is the point of this?
Yeah, and again, I think that's why we see people out there saying like, oh, I feel a little bit empty coming out of this, and it's not just because like we didn't get a new Pikmin game or there was not a big Mario movie trailer where Rosalina was revealed. It's just like we're just kind of like, well, I got to see a Pikmin short that was kind of fun, but what more was there to all of this? Multi-day drawn out saga.
And the thing with Nintendo is like they really do think pretty hard before they do kind of a teaser campaign. Like they are the masters and the most strict people around expectation management, So they don't do teaser campaigns very often for that reason. But the last two that they did, the last one was for MEO and then the latest one was for this, they both were kind of like, meh. So now what you're doing is you're also training people to feel kind of like,
don't expect much next time we do this.
You're like crying wolf a little bit. It's like, well, the next time you do a teaser campaign for something that actually matters, like I guess.
Let me know.
Wake me up then, but you're also, that's kind of like what you're doing to your audience, though. It's like, but the last two were like so lame, so I'm not going to expect much. I'm not going to really like pay attention the next time you do this, So anyhow, that is the end of the baby drama.
As the saying goes, it is what it is. I think that's a good way to conclude this.
I'm ready to never look at this baby ever again. I'm so over this baby.
What if it still is Rosalina?
Oh my God! Then let me see her as an adult because I am over this baby.
Check out our 4-hour think piece examining the possibilities of is the baby Rosalina?
Oh God!
Yeah.
I'm over this.
Coming
baby.
soon.
I'm over this baby, and so are you. We're gonna go. Bye.